15 minutes ago, I heard some very noisy people indeed. Three of them, three noisy people voices. They're just round the corner. I've seen one of them before. They're getting very, very drunk on their power. Very, very noisy. I'm not sure if they are doing the drinking, but it sounds like it. Of course, I could go and tell them to shut up because I look like a guru. But let dogs lie. Or let lying dogs lie, sleeping dogs, talking, drinking dogs lie. Something like that. This is the first this is the first time ever in Japan I have come across people, especially in a family restaurant, like getting excited and talking. I am having no idea what they're talking about, but they're talking English. Maybe they're trying to impress me. I don't know. Maybe they're even watching me now. If you're watching me now, please be shutting the mouths. Oh dear. Talk about laugh. So the other day, in the past, I've looked. Sometimes I look back on the. I look back on the live streams, and I could see the. I could see the comments. You know, the people, the questions, the people that were talking or participating in the live stream. And I tried to do that yesterday because I wanted to find the. There was a young girl called Aurelia, and she gave me some numbers, and I was trying to find out what those numbers were because it's a big lotto there today. 10 million, $9 million. So whenever in that nowadays, so appropriation. So there's been a lot of over the last few years, people that are appropriating ethnic styles. They call it appropriation. You know, for Indians or from the Jamaicans, for curry, for dress, for words, for styles, for music. Where we've been generally the Western or white population has been accused of misappropriation of these cultures, but no one ever says about and when all these cultures come to Britain and they misappropriate our fucking money. I should have been next to them. I should have sat next to them actually. I didn't see them until late. And then maybe because I know one or two of my viewers, they can't understand. Because I think they have been speaking some English, courtesy of British people like me. As you know, there is some there's some things about England being the most important of the four countries in the UK because we speak. To be honest, when if you get unless the Irish and the Scottish and the Welsh are very posh, it's very difficult, or educated, being a university, it's very difficult to understand. Even when they slow down, it's very difficult to understand those people, without a doubt. But I think the typical English person can revert to English. I'm an example. Can revert to like understandable English. but not if we're fucking excited. But so I approached this call box in the centre of town, and this guy opened the door, and he goes, "It didn't work in 8." Now I understood, but I looked at it. I understood what he said because I'd lived in Barnsley and I was from the local area, and so I understood completely what he said. But because I didn't catch him straight away, he went, "It isn't working right," which I thought was very, very funny. Because then I would go on to become a telephone engineer, and then I could fix that young man's problems by repairing. And I was, for 1 or 2 years, I was a coin box engineer, where I could go in and take all the fucking money out of the coin boxes. But but it's only it was just stuck there. And then years after I'd left telecom, it dawned on me that I could have just fucking set up all these coin boxes to fail. So you get so much. Sometimes you get like a few quid that would be like get jammed up. Sometimes you get like a few quid that would be like get jammed up. 2 or 3 quid. And if you fucking jammed up, because there's fucking thousands of coin boxes, so if you just jammed up coin boxes, that you have your own key. You'd have your own key, and that goes into the coin box, and you just take out, fix it. You just fix the problem, take the cash, straight to the pub. But I didn't think of that until I'd left telecom. In fact, I've got me. But now, of course, telephone boxes are rarely used. Same in Japan. People rarely use telephone boxes, and the government pays them to keep them open. And having said that, I just wonder what is because I was like a falseman, so now I'm wondering, because most people, obviously, when they use a phone, very rare they use a landline. Unless you're elderly. So it's very rare you use a landline, or for a business, for example. But and I just wonder if the rate of the faults or the problems with landlines decrease because they're not being used. If anyone can let me know, please let me know. So I did come on here in the trade, and so I just thought I'll pop back on again to see if but I cancelled that, so you can't watch that because I cancelled that upload. Complete waste of time. This one I feel has been a little bit better, a little bit funnier. A bit racist, you know what I'm like. So here's a shout out to the people that haven't been on recently. Robin. And Ed, I hope Ed's okay, because he hasn't been on for a long, long time. I upset him. And then Robin from England. Who else from England? Anyone else? But anyway, I apologise if you haven't been watching and I haven't shouted you out. Because I think in the last week or so, Jason's been on, Geek's been on, Thomas has been on. Oh, and yeah, and the lovely lady from Sweden. I shall not speak her name because she told me not to. Did you know that if you tip Japanese staff, they don't take the money? Do all Asians have this? Because I know that, for example, because I saw the cowboy films, the Indians, they went crazy, fire water. Koreans, Japanese. Does that happen to all Indians? What about Indians? The big population Indians. Do they have a problem with drink, holding the drink? But But of course, lots of popular when they can just get used to the, just get used to the alcohol. I don't know whether Japanese, Koreans, and that can get used to that. What about Chinese? Do they get a bit fucking? Does that one person that's watching want to say anything? Squeaky shoes. Oi, squeaky shoes. Oi, what's that noise? What's that noise? This is one of the most important things as a parent in Japan. You have to decide: are we going to buy our kids? Are we going to buy our kids squeaky shoes? Konnichiwa. You gave me a strange look, and I don't blame her. No one there still, wow. Two, will someone else shut up? Is this second person going to talk? Oh my goodness. I knew this guy. He was, well, still no, I haven't seen him for a long time. And he did Bangla parties and Bangla music and Bangla discos. My goodness. And he escaped from Uganda with his life. I think his granddad or his dad didn't make it. And they were attacked. And his brother got attacked with machetes. And they managed, this is when they're young boys, and they managed to get out of Uganda. And they got brought to London. And of course, when your father's been killed and you fucking escape with your life by the skin of your teeth. And he was a nice guy, like he's quite smart. And but he used to get upset with young people that went to university and tried to tell him things. Yeah, he got a bit upset with that. All right, Thomas. I think it's Thomas, isn't it? What are you saying, my goodness, to? Can you hear those people? Goodness gracious me. Yeah, there was a very interesting television show called, what's it called? Dad's Arm? No, Dad's Arm is one. Fuck, what's the other one called? So the other... So the other one was It Ain't Off Hot Mum. So It Ain't Off Hot Mum was it was about a dance troupe that was in India or that region of the world in the Second World War, and their job was, so half of these guys were like effeminate, and the sergeant major was a very rough-going Welshman, but it's a very funny comedy. So check it out when you have time. It Ain't Half Hot Mum. I kind of envy, students of English when if they could like learn English by watching all the classic English comedies. There are so many classic English comedies, but the problem is according to the powers that be, that they're all fucking racists. But if you take a program like Mind Your Language, which had actors, well, they weren't actually, they were actors, but they weren't always acting the character they were supposed to be. For example, the guy that played the Japanese student was, I think he was from Singapore. He's called Lee. And then there was, there's several of them. They weren't actually from that country, but it was a fucking brilliantly funny show. But Michael Grade, the son of Luke Grade, said it was racist. But everybody, not just English people, but Indian people, European people, Pakistani people, they fucking loved that show. And I think the most popular character was the guy that played the Pakistani actor, the Pakistani character. He was the most popular character. Very, very funny, very, very likable. And the sad thing about this show, the majority of the people on the show died quite young, like late 40s, 50s. So it's a fantastic show, really, really fantastic. But people who know better than fucking the average person say it's racist. And but there is a reason why people are stereotypified is because that is the way they fucking act. Chinese people do fucking kill animals. They're cruel to fucking animals. Pakistanis and Indians do rape people. Of course, not all of them do, but they do. Rapey, they're very rapey people. Irish people can be drunk. Scottish people can be misunderstandable. And violent, as English people can be. Welsh people can be a bit funny. American people can be arseholes. But everyone, because that is the way that their country fucking shapes them. That is the way their upbringing shapes them. And you get, for example, in Japan, this area, they say the Nagoyans are very conservative, so, and the people from Osaka are very friendly, and outgoing and loud, but I think I was in the wrong area. But getting back to what I was saying, that they said they wanted to ban it, and it would never be seen again, because this fucking stuck-up twat said it was racist. Well, it's not. It was just a fucking very funny show. And I've seen on the net when just to Hong Kong, not so. I guess I have been to China, yes, but just Hong Kong. But like in Britain, we are in between class systems. We are in the class system in Britain. They would not entertain fucking talking to someone like me, for example. Just so fucking stuck up. Because someone like me would be not fit enough to fucking wipe their boots, so to speak. But you can't say really which people are the best. You can't really say that, can you? Which people are the worst? We get some messages after this. If people watch it. When I lived in Tenerife, I lived above a Chinese restaurant. We used to have duck most nights. It's beautiful. No, I like Chinese food, but one of my favourite Chinese meals, I cannot get it in Japan, and it's green peppers and beef in black bean sauce, and I think it's very, very popular in England or Britain, but there's no black bean sauce in Japan. It's a beautiful meal. But you don't cook the peppers so much, so they're very crispy, very crispy. There's a channel on YouTube, and it's somewhere in, I don't know if it's Russia or in that kind of area, and they live in the mountains, and it's like two old country people, and they just make fresh food, and they're making food on logs, they're burning wood. Oh, it's fucking, you can see the fresh vegetables, the fresh tomatoes, the beef, the way they do it. It's 2 million subscribers. It's beautifully filmed. Beautifully filmed. I don't know if these people that are the stars, this grandma and granddad, they're probably in their 60s. I'm not sure if they're benefiting from all the money that this channel's bringing in. We can only hope that it's their grandson that's. But it's a beautiful video. I've subscribed. I'll send you the. Maybe you can, if you're just an old Russian couple cooking show, might pop up. But they don't talk. They just talk to each other. So there's no. They do. They give some explanation. Or maybe that's a recent thing. They give. So they always seem to make a special tea, like from plants or local plants or something like that. So it's, for example, tropical tea or chamomile tea, and it's a very interesting channel. But the thing is, Thomas, who wouldn't like Peking duck? Who wouldn't like duck? Duck is fuck, man. So I thought the banks were on holiday today, and I left my truck in the fucking car park. So I took the truck out about 8:30 when the fucking bank was. Well, it wasn't open yet, but all the people were inside the bank. No, then those people weren't vegans, no. Sorry, vegans wouldn't like Peking. Yeah, okay. I was asked if I like Peking duck. So messages aren't when this is put on the channel, the messages aren't appearing. What I did once, I bought a frozen duck and I took it. I bought a frozen duck and I took it to this local Chinese restaurant. They're gone now, but the mum and dad were very friendly, and I says, if I bring a duck, can you make a meal around the duck for me? And they said, yeah. And I think it charged me about $12. We had drinks, of course, but the only charge is about $12 for preparing the duck and everything. That was great. It's a big lotto day today. Do you want to give us 7 numbers? See if I can get lucky with your numbers. So Thomas was telling me yes, an Indian guy who wanted a hamburger. Well, I know that some Muslim people would eat bacon sandwich, would eat a bacon sandwich or sausage without a doubt. But maybe the Hindus are a little bit more serious about the cow. Because that's the holy, that's the holy animal. So the difference is that's their holy animal, whereas the Jews and the pig because they see it as a very dirty animal. Now that would have been a good social experiment if they'd have put pigs in with the hello. If they had put pigs in with the Jews, would they have eaten the pigs at the camps? That would have been a test. Is that too racist? But if I interject these comments at certain points, then I'll know if people say something. I'll know if they watched the whole of the video. But bacon's fantastic. Well, I must admit, though, he was called Black. They taught us all about the pig and the tapeworms when they went into your fucking stomach, and they would cling onto your intestines with little hooks, and then you'd have a tapeworm that was about 6 feet long. I was listening, Miss Sandham. So I had a fucking big bag of liquid, washing up liquid in my car. I can't find it, so when I went to drop some washing off, so there was like a hand wash at the fucking in the wash house. So I just took the top of that and threw that into the fucking washing machine. So I'm kind of hoping that was enough to take the stink off the clothes. It's such a waste, that, isn't it, in India? Because the streets are just covered in all these fucking cows and cow shit. What do you mean with the poo on the streets? Yeah, I always thought maybe I'd like to go to India one day, and then I talked to a guy that actually been there, and he put me off. You know, without a doubt, the COVID has got to affect world travel. No, but I think there are certain countries they dry out the manure. No, but I think there are certain countries they dry out the manure and then they use it for fuel. But it just shows if you poison someone's mind. No, my daughter filled out the paperwork and I think I've got to send it in again, so I'm just not sure what's happening at the moment. はい、どうぞ。ありがとう。Coral Rock, I'm not sure I've seen that guy. No one there? If no one's there, I'm going to close this down. Looks like it's raining a lot. You still there? Okay. Looks like we're getting some bad weather. Not enough here. Oh, there's only 10%. There's only 10% left on here, Thomas. So I might as well close it down, mate. All right. Let you get back to work. All right, pal. I'll see you later if I come on. Cheers, pal. Thanks for popping in. Enjoy your work. Bye bye.